Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the next stage on the lambretta panels and the ROCKSHOX suspension forks. Now, I left you off in yesterday's video. We've got the 2K hard build primer down. Now that's been left all night, all of yesterday, all night, and it's about quarter past two today, and I'm coming in here and I'm starting to flatten these off. Now I've done one already. This one just needs a quick going over now with 800, and that one's good for paint. So this is how I started off doing it. Covered it in guide coat, as you can see here, which is the black powder guide coat. Now on these panels, I find the easiest way to flat these down, when you look down them, you've got a contour coming this way, then it goes that way, and that way. So I block it, the flat to here, and leave a band line along here. So I'll leave a black line along here, then I'll leave another black line here and one here, and just block these sections. So do it in a section there, flat section there, flat section there, and all the edges I will leave with the guide coat on, and then go in with a soft sponge and then just take the tops off, just to round these edges off, because these are like little swage lines going down these. So just block them in a flat motion. So you leave the lines on all your swage lines. That's the way I find it easiest to do. And then go in at the end and then just knock the other bits back with a soft back sponge, and just take the tops off with your hand, and you can just feel that swage line more than trying to go over with a block, because you can cut through too easy. So just using a block with a DA disc on, 240 disc, knocking it back, and then I'll finish off with 800 grit in my hand with a foam sponge on the back, and then just rub the 800 over just to finish off, just feather it over, job done, they're good for paint. So with the forks, I'll just use an 800 grit on these, because this primer went down nice and flat. I'm just going to knock the forks back in 800, key the surface up. That'll be good for the base coat, because we've got to spray these forks white next on these, and then we can do the denim textures off a white background. So I'll stick you in time lapses. We'll get all these bits prepped in the time lapses, and then once these bits are prepped, we can start ripping all the floor out, all the paper, roll all this dirt up, clean the studio out, because then we're going to start getting set up for paint. So I'll see you in the first time lapse. Flat bit's done, a little bit where it's come through here, but that's okay. Now you can see what I mean by I do the flattening of that edge and leave these where the edges are, and just flat down and just leave all these edges in, and then basically just go over soft foam pad and just knock that down now with that over the top. I just find that's an easier way of doing it that way. I'm just taking these top edges out with a soft foam sponge. It's whatever's comfortable for you guys when you do it. If you can just block as much of the flat as you can, and then all the little intricate bits, just go in with a soft sponge with the same sort of grit on it. This is about around 240 on this. Then I'm just going to lightly go over with an 800 over the top of that, and that should be good to go. So I'll stick in a time-lapse, get that one finished. I'll get these forks prepped and we'll move on to the paint. See you in a bit. Guys, I've given everywhere cleaned down, repapered the floor, got these panels, they're ready to go. The forks are being bagged up because I'm running out of time today. I've just got to get these done, so we're going to move on to these Tuesday on the fork, so I can have a full flat day on Tuesday and get these done. I've mixed the paint up. We're going to do some light coats, build this up. This is a cellulose, so we're just going to build this up nice and light, and then just build the wet coats up to finish. So I stick on a time lapse. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you in a bit. We are all done for today. The time has just sort of gone. It's 5:10 already and I've not had any dinner yet, guys. I cannot move on to the forks today. It's going to be a real late one, and I'm in the body shop tomorrow at 4 AM in the morning. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow for you guys on a special colour tractor tomorrow. So we're going to have a bonnet to do, a roof, side panels, fenders in black, base coat and clear coat to finish, and this is a special tractor, so you get the special colours. So I'll give you a little pan round of what we've done. I've sprayed my first attempt at cellulose today. I've never used cellulose paint. This is what the customer brought in, the can of paint that he wanted these painted up in. So we've mixed it 50-50. I used the DeVilbiss GTI Pro Light on a 1.2. And when I actually mixed the paint up, it seemed really thin, and then adding the extra thinners to it, I thought, crikey, this is like water. This is just going to run off the panel. But after spraying it, you sort of get to grips on how cellulose lays down, and it sort of dries really quick, guys. You can drop a coat down and then within like 20-30 seconds, it seems like it's dried and you're ready to drop your next one on and your next one on. So a little pan round. So that's how they've come out. Nice finish. There's a little bit of dirt nibs to go in, but we can cut these back and give them a little buff over. But they've come out nice for my first attempt with cellulose on them. So these are all done. Sorry we can't move on to the forks, but as I said, the time is ticking away. So I've got the forks bagged up because everything is now yellow, as you can see. So I hope you can join me in tomorrow's video. We'll be back in the body shop and I'll put the cap cam on and take you through some base coating and some clear coating. We've got the DV1 we can use, and we'll be using either a Pro Light or a Pro for the base. So don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, and I will see you at 4 o'clock in the morning, guys, in the body shop. Cheers.